Hi everyone, I'm Kristen. I'm a fitness instructor and personal trainer entering my 40s. And as we move through our 30s and our 40s, our bodies begin to change. Our joints can feel a little stiffer. Our spine needs more care and mobility, and maintaining mobility and strength becomes more important than ever. That's why I love starting the day with this gentle stretch. It's designed to release tension, support your spine, and help keep the body strong, mobile, healthy, and resilient. Thank you for taking this time for yourself and sharing this moment with me. All right, so in this morning stretch, I want this to be something that we can do every single day to help nourish our body and keep our bodies healthy. So you're going to start in a seated position with your legs out straight. And from here, you're going to just transition into a cobbler's pose by grabbing your feet, letting your knees go wide, keep your spine straight, and do a forward bend here. Make sure you're breathing, pulling in your core. You're going to put your legs into a cross-legged position. And from here, keeping the spine straight, we're going to lean forward. And as we lean forward, we just need to listen to our bodies. Grab your yoga block just so you have a prop. Take a breath or two here. And then we're going to release from this beautiful stretch for the spine, straight spine, engaged core as we come back up. And you're going to do the same thing over towards your right side. So keeping your spine straight, you're going to forward bend over towards your right, hip hinging here, like your nose is coming to your knee. Come back to center, do the same thing over towards the left side. So again, you want to kind of aim your nose to come to your knee here, keeping the spine straight, core engaged, and then you go back to the center. Try to work with your breath. You want to inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, making the breath fluid. And every time you exhale, just re-engage your core. And then from here, you're going to straighten out those legs. Sometimes this feels like enough stretch. You can use the blocks with your hands, gentle forward bend over towards your toes, but really listen to your body here. And then we're going to come into that cobbler stretch. So we're bringing our feet towards our groin, opening up our knees, straight spine as we bend forward here. Nice forward fold. And then back into our cross-legged position. This time you're going to cross your left leg in front or your opposite leg in front and go into that forward fold. So with the opposite leg folded in front, you're going to do your forward bend. You can again use a block or two blocks to prop your head up and get a nice stretch through the hips and the spine. Breathing here, you're going to come up with a straight spine, your core engaged, and you're going to now twist over towards the right. Forward fold. Imagine that your nose is coming to your knee here. As you can hear, I'm a little stuffed up. It's that spring dampness. And then you're going to switch over to the other side. Like your nose is coming to your left knee. I was even looking at the ground here and I could see debris that's decaying, and it's a natural part of spring. Coming back to the center, you're going to forward fold here, straight spine, breathing. Listen to your body. You might notice maybe one hip or one side's a little tighter than the other, and that's why we change which leg is crossed in front. We target different parts of the hip. All right, so from here, you're going to come on to your hands and knees, and we're going to do a little bit of a cat-cow. How ironic that the cat shows up for the cat stretch. So you're going to arch and look up here, and then round your spine. Really suck in your belly here. Push through your arms, round your back. Exhale all your air, and then inhale as you flex the opposite way. Exhale as you round. Pull the belly button to spine. Breathe, and then you're going to inhale and look up. Big breath in, exhale, round it down. And this just really helps increase the mobility and pliability of our spine. Come into a wide leg child's pose with your knees apart. And then from here, I want you to cross your right hand over your left hand, and you're slightly turning over towards the left side and stretching through the right side of your spine and your body. Take a breath or two here before you come over to the other side. So you're going to kind of turn over towards the right, cross the left hand over on top of the right if you can, and breathe and stretch now through the left side of your body. Really feeling the ribs expand here. and then coming back to center. All right, so now we're going to start to work out through the feet, and plantar fasciitis is something that's becoming more and more common. So feel free to widen your stance and go into a little bit of a squat position here. And in this position, we're going to rock forward and back, stretching through the feet. Knees are wide. We're also stretching through the groin and through the hips, and just back and forth. Feel the feet connection to the ground. Feel the feet stretching, the hips stretching here. Make sure you have your blocks handy because we're going to go into a forward fold as we start to extend the legs. As we extend the legs, it's up to you how much you want to straighten your knees. And then when you bend your legs, you're going to bring your hips back down, release that stretch. Now you're coming into a groin stretch. You're going to straighten the legs. Groin stretch turns into a hamstring stretch. You can pedal out the feet here. And just go back and forth. Bend the knees, look forward, bring the hips down, and then straighten the legs to stretch out through the back of the hamstrings and the back of the legs here. Inhaling through the nose, pedaling out the feet. Don't hesitate to play here. Lifting one heel and then the other heel, and then you're going to sit back down. Straighten out those legs, and this is just a beautiful morning stretch. Again, feel free to grab 2 blocks just to support your body. You don't want to overstretch through your back or through your hamstrings. And then see how that feels. Maybe it feels comfortable putting your hands on the ground. We can start to walk our hands out into a downward dog. So with this stretch here, please don't bring your nose right to the ground. That's actually going to compress the discs of your thoracic spine. Instead, just bring your ears to your biceps and pedal out your feet. Don't hunch your shoulders up by your ears. Slide your shoulder blades down your rib cage. Have lots of space around your neck so you're not tensing in your neck. Pedal out those feet. Stretch out those feet. Again, this is fantastic for maintaining the health of our feet and avoiding symptoms of plantar fasciitis, okay? So again, we can just bend the knees, bring the bum down, release the stretch, and then we can straighten out the legs. Option is to bring the hands clasped behind you. Now, this is a bit more advanced, so listen to your body. But as you can see, I'm dealing with some tightness in my hamstrings, so I keep my knees bent, I'm listening to my body, and I'm not overstretching because that can cause injury as well. Again, we're going to walk the hands out into a triangle downward dog stretch. So we're going to look like a triangle. Our shoulders are down and back. We've got lots of activation through our middle back and less stress through our neck as we pedal out our feet, stretch out our feet. Keep your feet hip distance apart and really just warm up those legs, warm up those toes. And then you're going to lift your left leg up into the air just a little bit this time, just a little bit. Activating through your glutes, you're going to bend that left knee, bring it towards your elbow, and then lift it back up, take it back. A little bit of exercise here, lifting a little bit higher, depending on how you feel. You're going to bend that left knee and then come forward into a lunge. Bring that right knee down, plant that right foot, and come up into a hip flexor stretch. When you do this, please engage your glutes and your core. Try to tuck your pelvis and actually minimize the arch in your back. Take that right arm up. You're going to side bend over to your left. Pull the abs in. Breathe here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Really plant that left foot. Bring it out to the side. So you can bring your hands to the ground here and just do a little push-up. Listen to your body. Do what feels good for your body here. Flip that back toe as you're going to walk back here. Extend through the left leg. Peel the toes towards you. And then let's go back and forth. So walk forward into the hip stretch. Little push up here depending on how you feel. Then walk back into the hamstring stretch, lengthening through the back of the leg. Walking forward, hip stretch. And we're alternating here. Hip stretch. And then we're going to come into a quick plank by stepping that left foot back. Hold, belly button to spine, glutes are squeezed. Then into the downward dog. Okay? And again, it's an easy downward dog. Keep the knees bent if you need to. Do not have the ears go past the biceps. Don't strain through the upper back. Instead, slide those shoulders down and back. And then from here, you're going to lift that right leg up into the air. And then you're going to bring the knee towards the right elbow and then lift it back up. Just a little bit of strengthening here. Try not to over lift your leg or overstretch the upper body. Bring that knee towards your right elbow, plant the foot, bring that left knee down, and we're going to come into our hip flexor stretch on the other side. So from here, again, tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, get the core engaged, fix your pants, and then take that left arm up and side bend over to the opposite side, over to the right. Keep the core engaged for these stretches. It's so important. Then you're going to bring your hands down to the ground and do a little push-up here. Maybe like your nose is coming to the floor. Your hands are on the inside of your right leg. Okay, so you've got lots of room for your body. Then you're going to flip your left toe. You're going to walk it back. Heel your right toe towards you. Little hamstring stretch here. And then we're going to walk forward and back. So walking forward into that hip stretch. And then walking back into the hamstring stretch. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Walking forward here, hip stretch. Breathe. A little push up here if that feels okay for you. And then we're going to go back into that strong plank. Wrap your ribs around and in. Wrap your abs around and in. Pull the belly button to spine. Firmly engage the core. Shoulders down and back. Glutes squeezed. And then into that downward dog. Ears in line with biceps. Shoulders wrapping around the ribs. Pedaling out your feet. Becoming more flexible and pliable through the feet. You're going to lift that left leg up into the air again. Bend the knee to chest. Plant that left foot. And then from here, we're going to grab our blocks that we have a little bit of assistance or not. And we're going to go into a little bit of a stretch here with a lunge position. So we're going to bend that right knee, bringing our body down towards the ground. Please feel free to use blocks and props for this. And then we're going to straighten out the legs, feeling the stretch coming up the back of that left hamstring. The right heel is lifted off the ground, so it's very much like a low lunge, just extending and bending the legs here. Bend. And then come back into the downward dog. Step that foot back. Feel free again to pedal out the feet here. We're trying to gain flexibility within the feet and the calves in order to avoid the pain that we get in our feet and our ankles, especially during seasons when we switch from boots to shoes. Then you're going to lift that right leg up into the air. Bend the knee, bring it towards the chest, plant that right foot. Keep that back left foot in a lunge position. And we're going to straighten out the right leg. And we're going to bend the right leg. So we release the stretch, engage the legs, bend the back knee, bend the front knee, and then start to straighten out the legs. Listen to your body. Your stretch should be like a 6 out of 10 intensity, not a 10 out of 10. Bend, extend, bend. Extend that right leg, extend that back left leg. Bend. And come on to all fours here. Now, I have a few injuries from playing dodgeball this winter. I rolled my left ankle, plantar fasciitis. I sprained my right pinky twice. So, things happen, but we can absolutely move through it. But we don't want to give up on, taking risks and doing fun things in life as well. So from here, with your fingers forward, we're going to do a little reverse plank. Now, this is great for stretching out the chest. You lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, fingers are forward, and then you bring the hips down. I want you to bend the elbows, round the spine, chin to chest, then do the opposite. Pull the shoulders back, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, stretch through the chest. Head goes back if that feels okay for you. This might be too intense for you, So I'm going to give a variation after a couple rounds. So you're going to lift strong through the arms, especially the triceps, strong through the glutes, stretch through the chest and shoulders, stretch through the forearms and the wrists. If this feels too much, you can do this just in a cross-legged position. Extend the arms, lift the hips, stretch. The head can go back. If the hands need to go sideways, that's okay too, but try to direct those fingertips forward to really stretch the forearms. We get really tense through our forearms. We can also do this with our legs crossed. Okay, so if that's too much for you, hands go behind you. And this is also just great for activating through the ribs and the core. Stretch back, open the chest, lengthen, and then pull the ribs down and engage the core strongly. And then again, you're going to push open the chest, lengthen through the arms, and then you're going to pull the ribs down and then do a little crunchy here. Release, stretch, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. And now your ankles are stretched out, your feet are stretched out, your arms, your hands, your wrists. I'd like you to come back onto all fours. Take your time. Make sure you're breathing. And then from here with the toes down, we're going back into that downward dog. This is one of the most amazing stretches when done correctly for the body. Lifting the left leg up in the air, bringing that knee to chest, planting that left leg. I'm going to take you into a triangle. So you're going to peel the right shoulder back, right elbow back, right hand comes up. You can hold on to the left ankle with the left hand, stretching through the legs, and then bring that back down. Step that left foot back into a plank, downward dog. Option here is to pedal at your feet again. Lifting that right leg up into the air. Strong shoulders down your rib cage. Knee comes to chest. You're going to plant that right leg and we're going to come into triangle on the other side. Now you can hold on to your right ankle, peel that left shoulder, elbow, wrist up. Then if you feel comfortable, you can take your gaze up to that hand, or you can have your right hand in front of your right ankle, holding on to your right ankle, or even behind your right ankle. Breathing here, stretching here. Bring both hands back down, back into downward dog. Pedal out those feet. Now we're going to go into a pigeon. Take that left leg forward, bending it to about 90 degrees as your right leg extends back, and hold your weight over that left hip for a nice hip stretch here on the left side. Now either stay here and breathe. Do continue to keep the core engaged, or you can bring your elbows down to the ground. This, I find, kind of intensifies the stretch, especially if you can bring your forehead to a yoga block or to the mat. And just stay here, stretching through that left hip. You're going to flip your right toes. You're going to come back into that downward dog and just do a quick transition. Take the right leg forward into the pigeon. Stretching through the right hip. You're holding the weight of your shoulders over that right side. Until you want to take the stretch deeper, you bring the elbows down, bring your forehead down to the mat or down to a block, and release fully in the right side of that hip. Breathe here. Take a couple of breaths here. In doing this every morning, we can loosen up all the joints from our feet to our hips, to our back, to our shoulders, to our wrists, and to our forearms to make a healthier and more pliable body. All right, then from here, we're going to come back to all fours. We're going to finish again in that child's pose. Knees go wide. And we're going to walk our hands over to the left, cross and put your right hand on top of your left hand, stretch through the right shoulder, and then go over to the other side, walk yourself over to the right, put your left hand on top of your right hand, stretch through the left side of your body. and you're finished. And if you're dealing with more limitations within your body, have a look for our easy morning chair stretch. And that way we can do something that's a little bit easier if you're experiencing some limitations. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and notice how this makes you feel.